On this episode of Lawn Stars, Big Mo gives you an update on the trailer park.
Ooh-wee! Big Mo! Welcome to the Lawn Stars. I'm gonna give y'all a little update on this brisk fall morning of about a couple of things. One is the trailer park, which from now on I'm going to refer to as South Park. Just because I want to. Anyway, South Park. Mowed it again, and the first time I mowed it, it took us 8 hours to do it because it was just out of hand. But a little quick update on this right here. Get out of the wind for a second. Tapcap still holding strong, and in fact I put the other one on this other weed eater, that the head was already wearing out. We'll see how that does. See if it keeps it viable for a bit. Anyway, back to South Park. Good old South Park. It was a lot better this time. I finally know at this point, I know how much I'm going to charge per cut, because it was just a normal cut at one time. Didn't have to cut multiple passes and all that. And it took a grand total of 4 hours. 4 hours it takes to mow South Park on a normal cut. Wasn't too bad. Still had the older couple come out and raise a little cane about nothing, you know. I think that's just what they do, you know, it's their hobby. Didn't weed eat around their stuff. They said they didn't want any weed eating around their trailer, and we didn't. We totally skipped it. And JR did the one next there, skipped theirs, went on to the next one. And then they called him over there to gripe or do whatever they were doing, and so I had to drive the mower over there and get off and go, what now? That it was really nothing. They were just saying they didn't want weed eating around their trailer, and we said, we are not weed eating around your trailer. That's why he's over there. Anyway, dang, it's windy. Maybe get over here. I'm not even sure if you can hear me, it's so windy. Something I've noticed about South Park is that just about every trailer has a doghouse, but not necessarily a dog, you know. Now don't get me wrong, South Park has its dogs. It has a lot of dogs, and generally, not all, but 98% of them are little dogs. But a lot of these trailers have a doghouse, and I know that some of them don't have a dog because the doghouse is just full of junk, you know, like a dog wouldn't even fit in there. But I think they may have, the only thing I figure is they may have the doghouse there to deter would be, you know, bad doers, thieves and whatnot. You know, maybe it's to say, hey, we have a dog, you know, because they're not little dog houses, they're pretty big, some of them. But anyway, another thing, another decor that they seem to have in common are you know, keep out signs, and private property signs, and no trespassing signs. That seems to be a big theme there. And one guy even has it riveted to his garbage can, a sign saying keep the hell out. So they must have you know, I'm sure they do have problems with stuff and like that, and one particular trailer. Went out there and the freaking yard was just full of wire where they were well, I don't want to say they're stealing wire, but they've acquired copper wire from somewhere and they're doing whatnot with it, so the wire is just all out in the grass, so I have to throw it over and get it out of the way to mow. So that sucked. But yeah, all in all though, it wasn't bad. Did it in half the time. I think that's all I've got to say about that. Let's go mow on this windy day, which is going to suck for blowing, as you all know, because it seems to be switching directions and everything. It's just going to be kind of a nightmare for JR to blow, so I'm not envying his job today. So let's go do this thing. Let's go do it, and then I'll get back with you in a flash. Let's do it.
Rest our weary bones by the fire here. Well done. My faithful son, my precious daughter, well done. We'll follow the light down the longest road in the darkest night. We'll make it home, though our hands are tied and our feet are warm. We'll follow the light. We'll follow the light back home. We'll follow the light. We'll follow the light back home.
Whoo, Lord, it has been a windy day. I think it must have something to do with that hurricane that's out there trying to blow some stuff up this way. I don't know, but it has been a windy one. There is something else I want to talk to you about that you may not know. We have another trailer park that we do, and it is, I'm gonna call it North Park, okay? Just because I want to. Where South Park is big and time consuming, North Park, well, let's not leave out sorry to anybody that may live there. A lot of it's pretty dang trashy, you know what I mean? There's just trash everywhere, and mattresses and everything you can think of out around the trailers. You know, it's just not tidy, let's say. Hey Daisy, let's go see Daisy. She wants some attention, I think. What's up, Daisy? What's up, Daisy? Come here, come here. Yeah, you're a good girl. Good girl, Daisy. Okay. But yeah, whereas South Park is not the tidiest place, North Park, on the other hand, is very nice and tidy. And it's very small. There's not many trailers in it. And all we do at North Park is that we mow one empty lot, and then this little weird strip in the very back that's kind of like a common grounds, okay? And it's just, there's nothing to it. But yeah, that's all we do there. The rest of the tenants there with the trailers, they mow their own grass. So that being said, there are some there's some issues that's coming up. One is I've already had to deal with, and one is coming up in North Park, is what I'm trying to say. There's another property that we do that's a house that I mow for someone that owns a house. It's a rental house, and it is huge. Here, Daisy yelping. It is huge, a huge yard. But the person that hires me to mow does not pay for their mowing of that yard. The tenant is required to handle the mowing, except for to the side there. There's a side lot where there's these towers, like you see in the back of my house back there. These electrical things, I'll put the name of them right here because I can't remember what the name of it is. It's these things. because I want to say transformers, but they're not actual transformers. Anyway, we do that one section and he pays us to do that. Well, the problem is the guy that mowed some of this stuff before me had side deals. He had these side deals going on with people. And he had a side deal with this guy. And the side deal was that he would mow that guy's yard, and the renter would pay him $50 to mow the yard. Problem being is, the yard, like I said, is gigantic. There's no way in the world that I would or could mow it for $50. You know, it's more like $250, you know. So I had to tell him, you know, he got my number from, I guess, the office, and he contacted me and was like, hey, you know, I just noticed you just mowed that part over there. What's the dealio, whatever. And I was like, I know you had this side deal. I'm sorry about this. And I know it's an inconvenience to you, but I get paid to do that lot. And I know you paid the other guy $50 to do your gigantic yard. I didn't say that. I didn't say gigantic yard, but I said you paid the other guy $50 to do your yard. And there's no way I could do it for anything near that. Sorry. You know. And I do empathize with the guy, because he had this nice little setup and he was just paying $50 to have a huge yard done. But what can you do, you know? That's the thing, is when you have a business, you're going to come across situations that are uncomfortable. It's not comfortable to tell this guy this, but you got to do it. You can't, you got to know your worth, and you got to just stick to your guns, you know. And so I told him I don't think he liked it too much, but it is what it is. He didn't act like a butthole or anything, but he, you know, you could just tell he wasn't fond of it, and I don't blame him. This leads up to North Park. North Park, the guy had another little side dealio going with the trailer next to the empty lot, where he would do hers for, I forget what they said, $25 or $20 or something. He would do her yard. So I've already mowed it once. It's coming up again next week. I didn't mow hers, of course. She didn't come out. She wasn't at home, I guess. But there's going to be a point where I have to deal with the lady and just tell her, you know, if I'm going to do it, what it would be. I don't really want to do it. I don't want side jobs from this stuff. I really don't want that. I don't need it. I don't want it. But if it's going to cause a big stink, if she's willing to pay what it's going to cost her to have it done, then I might do it. I don't know. But that's something I'm going to have to deal with. Anyway, guys, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your evening, whatever it may be, whenever you're watching this. Be safe out there. Drink your water. Still need water. See, this time of year, I have a really hard time drinking water because I don't get thirsty, because it's not hot, you know. It's starting to cool down, so I have to kind of make myself drink water. But anyway, drink your water, drink your Gatorade, drink your Avocare, whatever it is you drink. Eat your Wheaties. Be safe out there. We love all of you. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Lawn Stars, and until next time, Big Mo signing off. Boo!
This has been a Lone Stars Dramedy Network presentation, darling.